Hey, what's going on, guys? Rob from Heroes Avenue. Comic-Con is literally a couple days away, and we're still getting things to talk about in the DC universe. So spoiler warning, if you don't want to know anything or have anything spoiled for you, surprises spoiled for you from the upcoming Aquaman movie. So there you have it. We're going to talk about this right here, Aquaman. It's an image of one of the statues that's on the San Diego Comic-Con floor right now. It's a toy image, and it displays Aquaman in the classic yellow and green suit. Now, the reason that you get a spoiler warning here is because you know, some of you guys may not have even suspected that they would do this classic suit. Who would suspect this? It's an orange and green suit, and never in a million years did I think that I could even imagine it would work in a movie. And now I cannot wait to see this play out in live action. So you put Jason Momoa into a suit, into a character that's been made fun of for the longest time. I know there are tons of Aquaman fans out there, and I am quickly becoming one because I just started reading the New 52 version or iteration of Aquaman by Jeff Johns, and I'm loving it so far. Just got done with the Trent storyline, and I ordered the next 3 storylines, waiting for it to come in the mail. So, man, you put Jason Momoa in this character, and he instantly gets that much more credibility to the general audience. Now, again, I'm not talking about you guys who've been fans of him. I'm only starting to see the light now. And then it also looks like the newest run. I am reading the Scott Snyder, the current run of Justice League right now, and it looks just like that. It looks just like that. And I know the comics are probably altering the look of Aquaman to kind of match what's coming out in the movies right now, and that makes all the sense in the world to me. Look at this. Look at this suit. Look at the details on the suit. Look at that sequencing on his leg. That looks so incredible. I want this statue in my room for sure. You know, if you think about how silly that a yellow and green outfit would look in real life, but you see this and you're like, wow, this works. This looks super awesome, and I cannot wait to see this play out in live screen. Obviously, we see him holding the trident and not the quindent, which apparently belonged to his mother, Queen Atlanta, and we are seeing him hold the trident, so we know he's going to be successful in getting King Atlan's trident, something that they're going to be looking for throughout the movie, which is going to make it feel like kind of an Indiana Jones adventure movie, and I'm all for that. This looks really incredible, and we do have other images of suits that popped up. So here's another look at Aquaman in the yellow and green suit. And we're also going to see him in different Atlantean armor throughout the movie too, so I'm excited to see some of that too. So we're going to get different looks from Aquaman, many different looks. Obviously, he's had many different looks in the comics, and I think James Wan is definitely going to give us some of those looks in this movie, not just this classic yellow and green one, and the Zack Snyder version that we got. I'm wondering if we're going to get some of that. So here's another image, less detailed than the one on San Diego Comic-Con floor. This looks cool. Not something I necessarily buy, but it does give us some details on what else we may see in the movie. And then, okay, here's another look. Okay, here's a look at Orm. Man, so we're gonna get a comic book accurate Ocean Master, or Orm, his half-brother in this movie. Man, James Wan is going full-on, you know, interpretation of the New 52 run on Aquaman. This is looking awesome. There goes Mira. You get some of her hydrokinesis powers in this. Again, these are not the most detailed figures. I'm sure there will be a lot more in his Black Manta. Oh man, I'm so excited to see Black Manta, who's going to be playing a secondary villain role to Orm in the movie. So I'm assuming that in the sequel, potential sequel, he will get fleshed out a little bit more. But I'm thinking we're going to see a good amount of Black Manta in here. And look at this. James Wan is going to be giving these posters away on the Comic-Con floor, or maybe not James Wan, but DC will. Oh man, this looks, I wish I was at Comic-Con just to get this poster. I need to get my hands on one of these posters. Darren did kind of a breakdown on this poster yesterday, so check that out if you want to hear us talk about that. But man, it has characters from all the 7 kingdoms in here. The thing that draws my eye the most is not only Aquaman obviously in the center there, but we get, I want Orm and Black Manta at the top. Look freaking awesome. This drawing is awesome. And then obviously we get the creatures from the other parts of the 7 kingdoms. All right. And man, that's Aquaman. Aquaman is going to steal the show at Comic-Con. I was more excited in the beginning for the Shazam. I'm going to talk about Shazam next, but Aquaman is, man, I think I'm looking forward to that the most, that trailer. Okay, then we got this Shazam image right here showing Billy Batson and his friend. I forget the actor's name, but you could tell that he is going to, it looks like he is a super fan of our favorite DC heroes here. Superman, Batman represented in there, and it looks like he's wearing an Aquaman shirt. And he's holding up this, little authenticity card and showing it to Billy right here. Billy's probably going to be nonchalant about all of this. And you got the Superman is back, Daily Planet news printing article in the back there. Man, I feel like this kid right here. I'm such a big DC fan. I want to feel like when I'm watching this movie, I want to feel like superheroes can exist and what it would feel like if I was a kid and learning that superheroes did exist. That's what I'm looking for in this movie. And obviously, it's refreshing to see references to Zack Snyder's movies in here. Obviously, the Time magazines from images from Man of Steel. You know, I love Man of Steel. One of my favorite super movies of all time. Probably number 2 on my list. And we'll talk about my number 1 in just a second. But yeah, you got the Batarang in there from the Batman vs Superman movie. So definitely good homages to Zack Snyder's work in there, which I like. I really like it because it's showing the connected universe. And what I do like as well is that there's Aquaman. He's wearing an Aquaman shirt. So this movie's going to take place after all of these events, and it's still going to be connected. I don't like the idea of separate movie universes too much. Even though I will watch them, I do want to see DC connect all of these universes. So super excited for this. And then obviously there's another image with Shazam showing off his powers, breaking through this wall right here. It looks kind of goofy, but that's how this marketing campaign's playing out. Kind of, you know, really lighthearted and goofy. So I'm okay with it. I'm excited to see some footage now. But let's move on. Today is actually, you know, 10 years since The Dark Knight. My favorite superhero movie of all time, The Dark Knight, came out, and man, rest in peace, Heath Ledger. One of the best portrayed superhero villain of all time, in my opinion. Not only just superheroes, but one of the best performances from an actor of all time. Rest in peace, Heath Ledger, for bringing this iteration of Joker to life. And it so happens to be that on this day, 10 years since The Dark Knight comes out, they announced that the Joker, or I don't know if it was officially announced, but we have the title for the upcoming Joaquin Phoenix Elseworld storyline, and he is going to be playing Joker in a movie titled Joker. No surprises there, and it's going to be actually released on October 4th, 2019. That is already next year, and shooting is supposed to start this September. That's really that's a really fast turnaround. And you know what? Joker movie coming out in October. I'm not mad at that. I'm actually quite excited, even though I think this is going to confuse some people. So it looks like it's going to have a $55 million budget, which is really small for superhero movies. So it's going to be one movie that's, again, like they described, it's going to be more of a character study, which I'm all for. If you're going to do a Joker movie, I'm all for a character study type movie that feels like a gritty and grounded 80s movie. What I don't want them to do so much is to explain his origin so much. I'm hoping they do it in a creative way where it's still kind of fuzzy, or it's still not so clear what his origin is. If they can do that, that would be so awesome, because one of the most interesting things about the Joker is that you have no idea where he comes from, what his background is. It's a total mystery, and that's one of the most appealing things about the character, at least in my opinion. So, Joker movie coming October 4th, 2019. Wow, okay, didn't expect to get this so early. Man, if they're releasing all this news so early, they better come with it at Comic-Con, because all this stuff is so much things to talk about. Okay, last thing I'm going to talk about, something I'm not too excited for at the moment, I have to admit. Great characters in here, but not too excited for it. So the Birds of Prey movie will begin shooting on January 15th, 2019. Super early. Obviously, Margot Robbie's been teasing that it would start production soon, and she was right. So she's been a big proponent of this movie. We're going to get the Huntress in there, Black Canary, Cassandra Cain, Detective Renee Montoya. Obviously, Cassandra Cain, Renee Montoya, one of the more newer people in the Bat family, relatively speaking. But what I'm really excited to see is Harley Quinn interact with Huntress and Black Canary, two new characters that I could never would have imagined we've seen in this DC universe, at least not so soon. I would have thought we'd get a Flash movie, Cyborg movie, or even like a Green Arrow movie beforehand, but no, we get these characters first. But hey, I never thought they'd make a Suicide Squad movie either. So I'm excited really to see Huntress and Black Canary, because I don't, you know, the show universe, the DC show universe, it was cool for what it is, but I don't think it captured what Black Canary and the Huntress could be. You know, in live action. I think this is the way to do it. It's, you know, the shows are, you know, as enjoyable as they are, they're really corny and cheesy, and, you know, I kind of stopped watching all of them after the fourth season of all of them. So excited to see new characters in the DC universe being fleshed out. Supposedly that it might have an R rating, and it's going to have a Batman villain. So all of that, supposedly there might be 2 scripts with 2 different villains, so they're trying to work that out, and hopefully we get some more clarification at Comic-Con. That's all the DC news we got for today, guys. Let me know which movie you're most excited to hear about at Comic-Con in the comments below. Like this video if you can. Follow us if you haven't already for videos leading up to Comic-Con and the day of Comic-Con itself. I'm super excited. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.